One of my big followers is Bryce Young.
Boo.
Yeah. So he's just not doing it, right? And I'm never gonna be one of those guys that if I still see the sparks on the field and I still see glimpses of what I think is there, then I'm gonna give a little bit of hope. It's just starting to run out with Bryce. I'm just seeing it less and less and less. So I just losing faith in him at this point. I don't know that the player I thought he was going to be coming out is going to be what he ends up being. Um, and I don't know that Carolina is going to get significantly better in the short term as a team and an offense specifically for them to really prop him up until he can figure it out. So I don't know. Injuries also obviously, not helping him out here, but yeah, what do you guys think?
Just another example of how a hot stretch can make a guy look really good and jump up the rankings. When he's a young quarterback, things can fall apart quickly. Austin, this is your territory.
I mean, he's looked average, which is not what we saw to finish the season.
What's different? Why is this happening?
Defenses are a lot different. They're running almost specifically too high zone. Last year they ran a ton of man to finish the season off, and he picked them apart. Defenses have switched to a zone that's not allowing him to throw deep. I mean, when he came back last year, I think he was either first or second in the league in deep target and in big play percentage, and they're just not letting him do it this year. But still, this year so far, he's top 2 in catchable ball percentages on passes 20 and deep and on 9 and under. But the problem is he's second or third worst on intermediate passes between 10 and 19 yards. So for some reason, which is what he was really good at in college, he's just not excelling in it right now. I don't know if it's a mix of just him struggling, the offense, the playmakers. I'm sure it's some of all of it, but he's only completed like 20 of 56 attempts inside 10 to 19 yards, and that's where the offense thrived last season. So I don't know. I mean, I'm worried. I've dropped him down, I think like 4 or 5 spots, but I still have him above Cam Ward, Trevor Lawrence, and honestly Michael Penix and J.J. McCarthy, because they've all looked just as bad for me this year, and that's probably my bias, so I'll go ahead and admit that. But they're all in the same low tier for me.
Yeah, and I've got him around in front of Penix and McCarthy too, so I think it's been equally bad. When you get to QB2, it's really poo-poo tier, kind of the end of QB2.
JJ McCarthy to me is in the lower Tyler Shuck, almost unplayable tier.
I don't think we've seen enough to put him there personally, but
yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, we'll have to see him more for that. But I mean, he looked abysmal outside of a quarter for 2 games. So I mean, obviously, if that continues, then
Anthony Richardson looked like an all-world quarterback for 2 games before he got hurt. So
yeah, so
I mean,
we'll see what happens with that.
We need a bigger sample size.
But yeah, with Bryce, it's been a struggle. I mean, not to mention where he has succeeded, they've just ran the ball down the other team's throat, and that's what they want to do. And obviously, some of that's probably to cover Bryce in the passing game because it has struggled basically every game this season. So I'm curious to see what changes because something's going to have to for the team to be successful.
Yeah. Yep, scares me.